Hello, 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 hello. We are early. We're 2 minutes early, but that's alright. We'll hang around till some people wander in. I'll put some stuff out on the Discord and make sure people know we are live. And hopefully we are live. And everything is working the way that it should. Looks like it might be. Which is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And of course my overlay is not working the way that it should. But hello, Fire Creeper. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate the commitment. It is a beautiful 5 PM for me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Why, if anyone could tell me, is Lumia not updating my overlay with the beautiful messages on YouTube? While I sort that out, let me know how the sound quality is. Does everything sound good? Music's the right level? Hopefully we're all good. Says that YouTube is connected, so of course, it's not working at all. Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Let me try and stop Lumia and restart it. Oh, and apparently Twitch isn't working either. That's fun. That's because I forgot to press start on Twitch. Oh, we're doing good, aren't we? And there we go. I think that YouTube should be working now. If someone could send me a quick message, that would be great. Brad Plays Cities, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys haven't already, let me see if I can actually do this. I don't know how it works, but we'll give it a go. If I do that, make sure you guys go and check out Brad Plays Cities, another content creator here on YouTube. Hey, it works. Amazing. I'm getting used to everything. What do you guys think of the overlay? I quite like it. Shows me the Twitch chat as well as YouTube's chat, and we are streaming live on Twitch as well now, so we're multicasting and it should be working. So if you haven't already, go ahead and head over there, give us a follow on Twitch. The link is in the chat. But today, we're working on Bleaters Bay, which should be interesting. I haven't really done anything in the map editor since I worked on the custom build for Pandemonium, but this is what I've got so far. I basically just grabbed a giant, like I'm talking giant height map from Skydark or whatever it's called. Fire Creeper, thank you so much for following over on... Where'd you follow? I don't know where you followed. My notifications didn't tell me that. I assume, yeah, that was on Twitch. Thank you for following over on Twitch. I appreciate that. I'm going to have to customize those alerts so I know where they're actually coming from. That's a bit funny. And thank you, Mrs. Chubby Panda in the chat in Twitch, everyone. She is also on the YouTube channel, but she's a little more incognito there. See if you can spot her. I appreciate that. Seems that my chat is delayed a little bit through Lumia stream, but that's okay. Anyway, as I was saying, this is what we've got so far. It's basically Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City would sit right in here. And I grabbed a large area because I wanted some interesting terrain through our map. We've got this nice flat area over here. We can have some nice areas out this way as well. But yeah, we're gonna basically just work through what we've got to do. And I don't know exactly what that's going to entail yet, but we'll figure it out. I also have no idea if this river is flowing or not. I hope it is. I don't know that it is. All of the notifications. Okay, we're good. We're good. I have a lot of information on my screen. Let's just jump in, I guess. This is a little bit messy. We're going to be cleaning this up. I want to bring this down a little bit more to ground level. I guess we can just start there. I think the mountains are okay. They came out not too bad. It took me a long time to figure out that. Well, I didn't figure it out until I was done, but apparently you can just change the height scale in the map editor rather than do what I was doing, which was going into Photoshop and adjusting the contrast every single time. But that's okay. I'm pretty happy with where I got it. These feel large. They're definitely large. But I think they're a nice height to give us some contrast. We can sort of run some of these fingers down a little bit through the area. We could attempt a waterfall, but I have a feeling with the water physics in the game that's just not going to happen. But we'll see. Brad plays Cities. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Coming in with the $2.99. Merry Christmas to you, good sir. Speaking of Merry Christmas. Speaking of Merry Christmases, I am also going to be doing a live stream for New Year's. I'll be streaming through New Year's Eve because, you know, no one actually likes New Year's Eve, so I figure I'll jump on stream. It probably won't be New Year's for a lot of you at that point, but that's okay. You can join me and celebrate the New Year's with me. And we'll see how we go. We even have an island here. And I think I'm going to leave that. We don't have a lot of islands. Like, this is outside the playable area. This is our playable area, just in case anyone was wondering. It's not our starting square. That is our entire playable area. So we might have to do something goat related on this island. For those of you who have joined the live streams in the past. Let me just quickly, before we get too far into it. Everything looks to be healthy. Bit rates are good on both streams. Perfect. Okay, I'm happy. I am happy. And I hope you're all happy too. This is going to be a lot smoother. This has some wrinkles in it that I do not like. And we're going to work a lot on this river as well. It's sort of one of those things where you don't really know where you should start. And I guess the best thing to do is to just do stuff and see what happens. This is a little bit steeper than I would like. I'd like to do something similar that I did in the Pandemonium build, where I have reasonably flat terrain. I'm probably not going to go as crazy with it because this is quite a large area. If I open up the map and go to starting tiles, you can see a starting area would be something like this. So this is a large area. We could build some really big cities on this if we wanted to, but I'm actually not thinking that I'm going to do that. I think I want to start somewhere back up this way and start with small farming villages. But yeah, anyway, I've talked enough. We should probably actually do some stuff. And we're going to start. Let's just flatten this island out to start with, I think. If anyone's curious about what I'm using in terms of mods for this series, I also have the mod list in the YouTube description, I think. I couldn't add that on Twitch, but at some point I might add a command to call that information up for you guys. There are quite a few mods, and some that we aren't using in Pandemonium either. One of the most notable ones, we are going to be using the historical start mod, which will give us access to industry from the start, so we can build out that little farming village off to the edge of the map. And I want to do quite a few of those before we dive into any sort of major hubs. I do have that as well. I've got the no limit on brush size mod installed. I don't know how big it goes. I can't actually see it here because my chat is in the way. There we go. Yeah, I think that's going to be a big enough brush for us. That's actually insane. I do have that installed. One of the other mods that I'm really loving at the moment is the new tree controller mod. I think that's what it's called, by Yan Yang. It's seriously good. Just makes detailing so much easier. And we'll smooth all this out later as well, don't worry too much. Just want to get this nice and level so that when we do want to build on it, we can. I might actually, I've changed my mind completely now. I want to get this coastline level, and then I think we might add some kind of a hill in the middle so it makes more sense. And then later on, when we're actually building the city, we can come in and terraform it to suit our city's needs. I think that might be a better solution than just having it flat from the very get-go, because we probably won't get here for a while. It probably won't be episode 40 like we were going to do on the Pandemonium series, but it's probably not going to be one of the first things we do. So let me just smooth out the edges here a little. That's too big. The only thing I don't like about this mod is now these sliders are really sensitive. Let's smooth this out and give it a nice little beachfront vibe. I don't want to use Surface Painter in the map editor itself, just because I don't know what that will do if I want to change things later on, but we could make this a nice little beachfront or a beachy, sandy dune later on in the Let's Play series. Oh, I also installed the mod that lets you zoom out as far as you want, and it's, yeah, we can zoom out a long way. The only problem is the water actually renders hollow, so unless you've got the water underneath you, it's just a hollow map. I don't know why they chose to render things that way, but that is what we've got. So yeah, I think I want to come in and build a mountain. Yeah, just hide you guys for a second. That's a great question. First time you've seen the map editor? That's pretty cool. Mrs. Chubby Panda, thank you so much for cheering 100 bits from the other room. I've actually got quite a few people over on the Twitch, which is awesome. Hello, hello. First time streaming over there. That is really cool to see. Why can't I do things? What is happening? Oh, there we go. Apparently when you're in this menu, you can't control the camera whatsoever. So that's interesting to know. You also can't get a preview. I wonder if that's a bug with this brush. It might be. And in terms of being big enough for an airport, we can check. Where is the airport? International airport. No, it is not big enough. It is not big enough. It's close, but it's not big. I feel like, it's a shame that this isn't in the playable area. An airport in this little section up here would be really cool, but we could maybe, no, that's where we're starting our farming village. I don't know, we could maybe have our airport down here somewhere, or we could build an island over here later on and have our airport on the island over this way and come in with some elevated highways or something. That would be really cool. Is there a small airport? I did not know that. I haven't done anything with airports in this game yet. What's it called in here? Is it Airport 01? Ah. Yeah, we could maybe do something with that in this area. Good shout, good shout. That's interesting. We'll keep that in mind for sure. Anyway, let's continue here. I want to make something. I don't know what. It's going to be a little bit of a hill. That is not what I thought this brush was going to do, but that's fine. I am not a map maker, just so you guys know, but we're going to do our best. This is not the brush I want. Nope. Tendrils? Don't want a triangle, that would be weird. Maybe this will work. Let's give us some variety in our terrain. Probably turn the strength up a little bit. This is going a little bit too slow for my liking. And don't forget, guys, we are multi-streaming as well. So if you are seeing chat on the overlay that you're not seeing on your stream, that is because it is coming from the other platform. If you want to do ! YouTube or ! Twitch in the chat, you'll get the link for the other service. And also come and join our Discord with ! Discord in the chat. And this is getting somewhere. It's messy. It's not quite what I had in mind, but I think we can make it work. I like that it's rough. I like that it's got ridges. I think we need to work on some more distinct fingers coming off of this to make it look a little bit more natural. And like I said, we can always come back in here while we're playing and terraform this and turn it into something with goats. Tell me that works. Come on, bot. You can do it. There you go. You should absolutely join the Discord, Brad. We've got a little self-promotion place in there. You can share your own videos. Just chat. We've got a good little community going. I'm really enjoying it so far. I couldn't be happier with the community we've got. So quickly. Like, way quicker than I really think we should deserve, but I'm really happy so far. You guys have been absolutely incredible. What do we think? Is this something? It sort of looks like a crocodile, if I'm being honest with you. I don't mind it. Once we add some trees in here, I think this will look okay. And I want to come along and basically do this texturing to the entire edge of the river. Okay, what we're going to do first, before I get too far ahead of myself, is I'm going to save this and load it up in an actual game. We're actually going to name the city now. Bleaters Bay. Bleaters Bay. And we can use that as the default name. We've got all the tiles as starting tiles at the moment, but we'll change that once we are actually about to clean it and release it. And save. And hopefully, now if we go out, we can check that that river is actually flowing the way that it should be, because I'm not convinced that it is. Why do I have two of them? Which one is it? It's this one, because I changed the weather so that it will never rain in Bleaters Bay, because, rain's just annoying. None of this really matters. We might put unlock all on. Nah, never mind. It's fine. We can see the water flow without that. Just check that it's going to work. All right. And let's hit run. Make sure none of our rivers just immediately flood, which it doesn't look like they do. But Water pumping station. Okay, we have some water flow. I think. It's not much, but we have some. If any of you guys have played around with the water physics in the map editor, let me know how I can improve this. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to water. I'm not actually convinced this is flowing at all. These triangles are very, very straight. Although, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Who knows? Who knows? But that's good to know at least. Maybe we can add another water source down the end there and it will push some more water out. Or maybe we just lower the ocean edge water a little bit and that will help. I don't really know stuff, to be honest with you. We'll get it to work. Is it this one? I think it is. Yes, it was this one. Okay, let's look at water. Yeah. We could try. I've never done hydro before, apart from in the city that you and I are making together. And that didn't seem to work so well, so... But I mean, this is a decent sized river to try and make that work. Obviously, it's not going to work unless we can get the water flow, you know, watering. This is what we've got so far. We just have two sources. We have this, which is an edge river source, and we have this, which is our ocean. In terms of heights, they line up pretty... the ocean's actually a little bit higher than... Why did that move when I clicked it? If I go to border water C and I get the height, we can maybe lower this down a little bit and that will help. Maybe we even drop it so it's a little bit higher on our side. And hopefully that doesn't change all of the dynamics of the water on this map. This still looks fine. This is a little bit dodgy. I don't really know how to fix that. I think that's as best as we're going to get because it's the map edge and water in this game doesn't seem to simulate outside of the playable area or something. I'm not sure how it works, but let's try and add in a constant rate water source in here. I'm going to exit out of that, go back in. In terms of height, can we adjust heights on these? No, it's just a water source. Okay, we might add this back over to the edge as well. See if that does anything. I don't know if it's going to flood stuff or ruin anything, but we just have to see, I suppose. How much of a rate do we want? I don't know what the rates are. Actually make this larger. Get like, I don't know, 150. Seems reasonable. And if we just crank this up to like 150 rate and run it at 16 times speed, we have water flow, that's good. But does it do the things that I want it to do? Or does it just entirely flood our map? And it looks like maybe 150 was a bad idea. So let's go back down to 40. Unless, I don't know, 64 times speed might be okay. And see if that comes back down. The other thing is, if we just add another sea source over here and then a constant water rate, can we make this work? We really are just guessing at this point, guys. Unless any of you guys know in the chat what we should be doing. We're just guessing and trying to make it work. I mean, I don't mind if we have to raise up these banks a little bit and slope it down or whatever, but this doesn't seem to be doing the things that I want it to be doing. What if we just drop it down to 20 and then we maybe reset our water? See if that works. We go water to sea level. We definitely get water flowing in, which is good, which is what we want. But will it flood everything? That is the main question right now. It's looking better. It's looking better. This has gone back. Oh no, that's normal now. That's fine. Oh, and it's night time. Give me a second. Let me just adjust the time of day. Alright, how are we looking? It looks like it's higher than it was before. And I'm okay with that. The question is it going to flood everything? Answer looks like it's going to be no. But I'm not entirely sure yet. Get rid of these weird sand textures that appear when water does weird stuff. It looks like we might be alright. We've got enough of a bank here, it looks like, to make that work. Let's save this again and run back to the game and see if that did good things or bad things. While we load this up, if you are enjoying... Oh, wrong one. If you are enjoying the stream so far, make sure to go ahead, hit the like button if you're on YouTube, follow if you're on Twitch. We are brand new to Twitch, so I do have followers from when I used to stream many moons ago, but if you are enjoying it, make sure you hit that follow button. Subscribe on YouTube. If you've got Twitch Prime, that's always an option. But yeah. All of the good stuff. You guys know the drill. And let's see. Do we have water flow? That's better. It's still weak. It's still really weak. Is that going to update as time goes on? Let's just change our simulation speed to 8 times. And see if that updates over time. Just let it run for a minute. Definitely getting there. We are getting somewhere. How big the entire map is, I am not sure. What I can tell you is that the entire map is 4 times the size of the playable area. So whatever the size of the playable area is, then it's 4 times that. In terms of making my height maps, I just grabbed a giant area and then cropped it down to from 4096 pixels down to 1024 to get my playable area to perfectly line up as well as it can. Alright, let's see how this is going now. We have good flow coming out of the river mouth, which is perfect. But our flow really drops off as we get further and further down. I think I'm okay with that because, and this is purely something that I am okay with because of a specific gameplay reason, I plan on starting my city up here, where we have this good water flow, and that's when we're going to have to use the sewage. By the time we're expanding down into this area, we're not going to be worrying about sewage because we're going to be using wastewater treatment plants. So that shouldn't matter as much. So I think I'm okay with leaving it at that for now. The other thing I could try and do is just add in one more constant rate water source, or maybe even, yeah, if we add in one here, and one like here maybe, and just lower the intensity of each one. So maybe this one's a 30, this one's a 20, this one's a 10. In theory, it might create more flow. Let's give that a go, but if that doesn't work, I am happy enough with the water flow on this map that I think we can make it work. That's fine, Casper. That's totally fine. Questions are absolutely welcome. In the map editor, you absolutely can. I can show you that in just a second once we load up. So the entire outside area has about a quarter of the resolution of the playable area, and you can sort of see that here, where you've got all this detail and then it sort of fades out to nothing, but you absolutely can come in and we just put our brush strength really low. You absolutely can edit the terrain. Oh, that's maybe a bit too low. Out here, you can see that changing there. You can absolutely edit the terrain out there. It's a little bit weird when you're trying to smooth out an edge and it's on the border, because the tools act slightly differently from the playable area to the non-playable area. But yeah, it's absolutely editable now, which is amazing, because I did not like having a weird island that was tiny. At least now we get some, you know, backgrounds, backdrops in our city. In terms of adding trees and stuff, I don't know if that's possible. But we'll get there, I guess. We will get to a point where we're playing with that. Let's figure out this water situation first. So this is a rate of 20. If we add another one in, say here, and we make this a rate of 10, and we can keep it relatively small. In theory, that might work. And then we can add in one more down here with a rate of 5. And hopefully the water just flows nicely and doesn't give us any troubles. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Casper. I appreciate that. And no worries at all. Any questions you guys have, I'm more than happy to help out in any way that I can. And why 155? Sorry, I missed your message there. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. It looks like, well, stupid. Apparently, for whatever reason, the time functions on the map editor don't work. So you've got to use debug mode or developer mode to fix that, but that's fine. Now we have this going into this, going into this. We might just double the size of this one here in hopes that that also affects anything. That is the wrong one. Which one is the one that I want? It's this one. Element 2 is the 10. This is the 20, and this is the 5. Okay. I don't know why they rearranged like that, but it is what it is. Let's make this 60 and put it second. So element 0, this one should be last. But this one is the... No, that's still wrong. This one is the biggest one. It goes up the top. It's a rate of 20, then we've got the 10, then we've got the 5. Just so that they're in order and we can kind of keep track of them. Deshaun, very nice looking map. I appreciate you using the emotes. Welcome in, happy holidays. I appreciate that. I am really happy with how this map is turning out just from the height map alone and adding some water. Looks like we've got our first little issues. They don't seem too problematic to me though. I know it looks bad, but that is just because we have a few little low points here and we can absolutely correct that later on. I'm okay with that amount of flooding. That amount of flooding is absolutely okay. I will absolutely have this as a map that you can download so you guys can play along if you want to once we have finished it. It'll probably be, I'm honestly thinking this will probably be like maybe 2 or 3 streams before we're at a point where we can release this, but that is what it is. Like I said before, if you guys weren't here, I will also be streaming on New Year's Eve, which I think will be really fun. I hope you guys can join me then. Let's just try and fix this now before we test it once again. That default brush, and way smaller. We can just bring in the level from somewhere that isn't flooded. Maybe say here. Still want to be smaller than this. And bring this up. So that hopefully it's not quite so bad. We might even need to go a little bit higher. And make this so that this river actually works. And we'll, you know, detail all this later, but we just need to get the rivers at least functioning before we go into too much detailing, because if the rivers don't work, then the whole map doesn't work. And that's not ideal. I don't know why they also decided to do this weird sand texture thing, but yeah, we play the game we're given. And that looks better. That definitely widened our river a little bit, but it's actually at a point now where it's not too high, and we can absolutely work with this. Let's go back in, save this, and check. There's Bay V2, save. Check our water flow now. I think it's going to be looking good. It's called Bleaters Bay. How much more do you want? Like, I'm doing my best. And we've even got a little island here that we might turn into something goat related. Unfortunately, there are no goat spawners in the game, but we'll definitely have some wildlife as well. But thank you for joining us, Funkina? Funkina? That's what I'm going with. Sorry if I butchered that. Which one is it? I want to say it's this one because it has less buildable area. I'm not sure why I have so many maps. I downloaded a bunch trying to see if I maybe wanted to play someone else's map for this, but I couldn't find one that I liked. Alright. Let's start the simulation. There really does need to be a goat mod. I absolutely agree, Dallas. Funkina. Yeah, cool. Do you like put it all together, or is it like Funkin A? Funkin A, maybe? Oh, you guys are too funny. Yeah, I actually saw a video the other day about the elementary schools and why we need so many. It turns out that I can't remember the exact details of it now, but people are taking like 3 or 4 years to graduate elementary school and then only like 2 months to do the rest. A. Right, gotcha. Alright, how are we looking? How are we looking? It looks like we might have done something. So the water flow in the lake is like basically non-existent, which is not bad. We come down here, we've still got water flow. It speeds up a little, splits, still got some water flow, and then basically stops once it gets to the bay. I think we're going to just be happy with that. I don't think we're going to get that a lot better. I don't want to add too many water sources. That just adds problems. Excuse me. But yeah, I think that's a good starting point for our water source. I am wondering whether or not I should add some water sources coming off these mountains, but they're not actually in the playable area, so I don't know if it's possible. But that's good. We've got a start. We have a start. And that's all we need. Got to load my map. That won't work otherwise. That is Bay V2. We're going to always have some issues with the water being higher here because we've got those water sources and the game is weird, but that is okay. I can live with that. We'll just make sure we always look at the map from down here rather than from over here, and we'll pretend it doesn't exist. Now let's go ahead and start working on some of our playable area, starting with maybe where we're going to start our build. Over by this area here, I want to have like a nice little lakeside, maybe fishing village or something of that description. That's all right. That's all right. I figured not everyone would get the reference straight away. But yeah, Bleaters is a goat thing. And how do we want to do this? I don't want to keep this perfectly flat, but I think we need to... I actually really quite like this little beachy part. We could maybe have some jetties coming off of here. I don't want to touch that too much. But I think I would like to level this back a little bit. And then we'll add some more details once it's sort of more level. I definitely don't want this to be completely flat. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself of how flat I made the starting area in Pandemonium. But it is what it is. We're about to go work on some other stuff that's going to give us a few more challenges. And it's so deceptive too working in this mode. Like this is a giant area. You just can't tell unless you come in here and actually see the tiles. Like, oh, okay, it's not that big, but it's a 3x3 or a 3x4 area that we can start our first little city in. So it is bigger than it looks. Run this all the way around, why not? We can have maybe some highways coming in through this area. Where would our highways come in from? We'd probably have a highway coming in down here. And maybe splitting... it's hard to say. It's hard to say. We actually, yeah, no, I see it. No worries, no worries. If that means you are leaving and heading to bed, no worries at all. I hope you have an excellent sleep. But yeah, in terms of highways, I think I would like to run one down here. You can sort of come up, hug this mountain, and come out down this way. And then we could maybe have it split at the top of the lake and run it down through here. Obviously, we're not going to be able to see any of this because the highways only play in the playable area, but that's where it would be if we could see it. So we'll have one come through here, run down this way, and then we'll have one run maybe back from here out this way, and maybe I don't know, maybe we run one that comes through back here and runs out this. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure that out once we get a little bit closer to that point, but I think there would definitely be a highway running down. Oh, there maybe there wouldn't be. Maybe there's not enough room down there. Maybe the highway would run through here and just go straight and then bridge over here. I mean, you're not going to be able to see that part, but you guys know what I mean. And then the other one can maybe run... Well, maybe we have one that's like a coastal one. I mean, I know this isn't technically a coast, this is a lake, but we're going to sort of treat it as one. As if this runs out into the ocean. Because the playable area is this, so we can have harbours and stuff on it. And maybe we have our highway run along the front of that and back up this way. I think that might be the plan of action once we get there. This will be our first little starting area. And I think it's going to be quite quaint, quite cute. and I'm excited to build it, to be quite honest with you guys. I'm really excited to get into this build. It's just a little bit less stress, like I don't have to worry about editing the video later on. I'd like to maybe do some cinematic highlights and put those out as shorts, but in terms of actually editing content, I don't have to for this series because it's just a live stream. Obviously the VODs will all be available after the fact for you guys to go back and enjoy if you did miss anything. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. I don't really know what to do about this whole water situation where this comes up higher than the other part. I don't think there is much we can do about that, unfortunately. It just sort of is what it is. And we'll smooth some of this out. Probably lower our bust strength a little bit here. I just gotta be careful on these edges, because the tool that I've found behaves the most differently is the smoothing tool. See how it sort of doesn't work? For whatever reason, it sort of half does, but then it just doesn't sometimes. It's great. It's great. Cities did a great job. Like, I don't understand, like, this is clearly not what I wanted to happen. So why is that what you're giving me, game? And yeah, we're gonna instantly delete that because that seems like spam to me. We're going to ban them. Ban. Done. Gotta love spam on Twitch. Maybe raise this up and then smooth it out from there. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. The height doesn't always work when you pick it from the other thing, so that's another trick. Maybe we just use the shift grain tool and lower our brush strength a little bit. Until these match enough that we can be happy with it. It's one of those weird situations where working with the terrain tools is made way more complicated than it had to be. Just because of a weird map edge thing. I'm sure this will be better in the future, but right now it is a little janky. That's fine. I can live with that. There we go here. Might not be too bad. Like if you get real close, you can see a weird transition, but that is way closer than we're ever going to be getting in terms of detail. Not to say that this won't be a detailed build, because it absolutely will be. I want to make this really detailed, maybe even more detailed than Pandemonium was. Especially with the exciting announcement that the Anarchy mod is maybe going to allow us to place trees wherever we want soon. Which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Okay, now that we have an area that is absolutely flat, we can come in and add some more detail to this. Where did that? I got a message. That's so weird. That's coming up on my Twitch stream? I do not understand, but thank you, Dallas, for the $10 super chat with a whole bunch of goat mail. All of the goat mail. I really appreciate that. That is super cool. Thank you. Thank you for being awesome. And also, thank you for updating to Guardian Panda status with our YouTube club. That is absolutely unbelievable, and I appreciate that so much. You are too cool. Too cool. Alright. I actually really like this little divot. I don't know what it's been caused by, but I like it. Let's add maybe some fingers down here off of this mountain, and then we can start adding a little bit more detail to these. Just give them a little bit more texture. I'm going to do that with one of the mountain brushes. I think this is the one that I want to use. And we'll bring our brush strength way down. Well, maybe not that far. Increase the size here a little bit. Not quite that much. There we go. I'll just add in fingers to this. Coming off of this mountain here. And I think they can maybe cut that off a little bit, but not too much. We can do the same out this way. Just adding a little bit of variation to the terrain. We can maybe also raise this up just enough so that these waters line up a little bit better. Have like a little ridge next to the water. I don't know. We're just making it up as we go. If you guys like it, let me know. If you guys don't, if you guys hate it, also let me know, but you know, be gentle. Just change the brush angle every now and then so we don't get too many repeating patterns. See, even though that looks a little bit weird, I think it's going to work better. Actually, if we just lower this down, can we just get water to fill in there? Bring this really small. Do something like this. Can we get this water to match? I know it's going to be a little bit of a weird transition underwater, but I think it'll be worth it. We put our brush strength up a little bit. It's a little bit slower than I'm willing to work. Yeah, this is better. That way, at least from the top, it looks like it works, right? Obviously, this needs some help, but I think this will work. At least from some angles. Obviously, this is never going to be perfect. And then if we come in and soften this up just a touch, so that it's not quite so janky. There you go, that's better. And I like having this just a little bit of texture. I want this to maybe come up and meet this mountain a little bit more. So we'll get a little bit more aggressive with our brush strength. Let's see what we can do. Just try and feather it out. Make a little bit of a finger. We can probably add in another one down this way. Add some more texture and visual interest to our map. The goats are pretty cool, aren't they? I'm really happy with how they turned out. Club member exclusive on both Twitch and YouTube. If you subscribe on Twitch, you'll get them. If you join the club on YouTube, you will also get them. What are we looking at? Yeah, this is looking much better. Yeah, the landscaping tools are definitely a challenge if you haven't played with them before. You've also got to keep in mind that I was a photographer for a long time, so I'm used to working with tools like this in Photoshop and whatnot. So don't feel bad. It takes time. And I've got, you know, a fair amount of hours in Cities 1 using the terrain tools in that game, which were even worse than the tools in this game. So keep practicing. You'll get there. You'll get there. If you have any questions about what I'm doing specifically as well, I'm always happy to help. I want a little bit of white on these, but I'm just not getting the... Apparently I'm not getting the elevation changes that's going to allow me to get that. Surely at some point these have to turn white, right? I feel like this would be steep enough that we would get cliff faces on this texture, but maybe I'm wrong. Like, that should be white. Why is it not turning white? Doesn't make any sense to me. I think I would also, just to make this look a little bit more realistic when we're playing, is build some more rugged terrain up to this point. Maybe we bring in like a cliff face or something. Just so that it doesn't look weird that we've had to suddenly stop our city over here. And while I'm thinking about it too, I kind of want to add trees. Okay. What? I just want to... Yeah, we can't. If I turn on anarchy, does that work? Wait. No. No. Okay, I'm going to delete this. And then save the game. And then just check something. 3. We're going to have so many saves. So that's saved. We now have a working thing that we can come back to if this does not work the way that I think it might. If I grab tree brush, and I'm going to use these trees, I think. Do I want those ones, or do I want these ones? These are deciduous, I think, and these are normal. And I have anarchy on. I can paint over the edge of the map, over the playable area. Does this, though, crash my game if I try and load it? That is what I want to test right now. So we'll come back in, save again, and go v test. And just check that that works, because if we can have forest in here, then I don't feel as bad about not having mountains coming up to this point. Let's go and test that this actually works in-game. That's really exciting if it does. Did some maps using Google, and with the all map mod, yeah, that's absolutely coming. Someone can build the entire area of Melbourne. I wouldn't be surprised. This is a really large area. And where are my trees? My trees aren't here. This is where I put them, right? Yeah, that's where I put them. Oh, this isn't the right map. Is it this one? Oh, this is going to be messy, isn't it? Let's just try and find the map that we've updated. I need to change the map name as well. Is it this one? We're getting closer. Oh, look at that. They did turn white. They just didn't update in the map editor for whatever reason. This might have been my backup. Let's try again. With this one. And where are we? Nope, wrong one. It's gotta be one of these, right? It is, and look at that. We can actually have trees outside our map area. I'm just curious now, if I grab the vegetation tool, can I also do this with Anarchy on? I can. I can. Why do they all come in the same though? Oh, because I didn't have this selected. Whoa! That was a lot of zoom out. That is really exciting to me. That might... a lot of you guys might not care about that, but that is really exciting to me. That we can have trees outside our map area. That means we can have some forest in here and not worry too much about our city ending abruptly when it looks like it should cover this whole area. I still might extend some of these fingers down so it's a little bit more rocky, but I am excited about that. We absolutely need to start changing the name of our saves though, because that is going to be really messy really quickly. I'm not going to load up the test, we'll load up v3 before I place the trees. Should be fine. Alright. And it did actually finally update these textures, which is looking a lot better. Alright, let's keep going. We're doing basically a lot of this, extending out these fingers quite a while. We'll go a little bit higher on our brush strength. I'm feeling a little bit more confident with this tool at this point. Extend this out. I would like to keep this valley through the middle, but we'll add that back in once we've extended this. If anyone knows how to force update these textures too, that would be fantastic, because it's really hard to see whether or not you're making something look good when the textures don't update. The other thing, if we grab the soften, no, that doesn't work. We paint a material, that doesn't work. Okay. I guess we're just going to have to wing it. Let's just make this a little bit random. Some like smaller hills sort of vibes in this area. And we'll still add trees over this. We can come in with something like our level terrain tool, maybe? No. Yeah, why not? Drop our brush size way down, get that strength up. Grab this. Okay, maybe not that small. Something like that. Grab this, and then we can come through here and reintroduce this valley. Maybe drop this weight back down, put our brush size up. And smooth this out. Basically just making up our own techniques to make this work at this point, but that's fine. I really like how this valley looked coming out, so we may as well keep it. Australian cities are great for what? Sorry? I'm not keeping track of what I said. If you could remind me, that would be fantastic. Now that we have a few more people here too, if you guys haven't already, make sure you go and check out Brad Plays Cities on YouTube. Some really cool videos. Just starting out, I think. I only subscribed the other day, but I'm enjoying it so far. How do we feel about that? I don't hate it. Might just soften it up just a touch. Maps using pipe maps. Yeah. I still don't really know what you're talking about, to be honest. Oh, I see. Like places. Yeah. We have some really interesting terrain here in Australia. For sure. I went with Salt Lake City because I really liked this flat area surrounded by some mountains. It gives you a visual interest when you're looking at the city from an angle. That is why I went with it, and I am pretty happy with my choice, to be honest. How are we looking? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Let's This mountain brush is a little bit weird for using the soften terrain tool, to be honest. This whole having to close this brush thing is frustrating. Here we go. This is better. Smooth this out just a little bit. I'd like the valley, but I don't need it to be necessarily quite so deep. Make it look a little bit more natural. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. And I think we can smooth some of this out as well. It's a little bit aggressive now that I'm looking back at it. But just a few little clicks. Smooth it out just a touch. It's not quite as aggressive. There we go. We've still got some interesting terrain. Looks a little bit rocky. Hopefully that updates with these textures. I don't know if there's a way that we can force it to update other than like loading it and saving it. Asher Charles, welcome, welcome, welcome. Another Aussie in the chat, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm glad you could catch us live. We are building Bleaters Bay, and we've got a long way to go. There are a few Aussies here. It's really cool to see. It's really cool to see. I also find it really interesting. We've got quite a few people watching over on Twitch. That chat's dead, but YouTube's showing up with the chat, and I appreciate it. If you are over on Twitch, don't feel afraid to say hello. Let me know how you are. If you're from Australia, also let me know that. And yeah, absolutely, we're playing left-hand drive. I think it would be tricky to recreate Melbourne in this game at this point. Once we have mods and we have some more custom roadways, I think we could do it, but at this point, I think the laneways in this game are too wide to recreate Melbourne. Because those are some narrow laneways. It would be a really cool city though. What are we doing? This is looking pretty good. I am reasonably happy. I think I still want maybe one more tendril coming out this way. Just really subtle, something that we have to work around when we're building our first city. That's the wrong tool. Maybe we build it to this point down here, and that's maybe got some explanation of why that's happening. And honestly, now that I'm using it, maybe we just stick with the circle brush from now on. It's still adding a decent amount of detail to the land. Although this is cool with these little rock formations that look like they've appeared here. It's to be nice and soft. I don't know if it makes total sense ecologically, but that's fine. Not everything needs to make perfect sense in this game. Of course, we've got weird stuff happening at this edge again, but that's fine. We maybe also have like a little plateau up here for something interesting. Maybe we could have some schooling up there or some interesting houses. Let's think about doing that. It'll be a little bit trickier to work with, but it's reasonably flat at this point. I don't believe so. I will check in just a second. I will save the game before I check, because this game loves to crash. Asher Charles, turning traffic issues. Yeah, the traffic in this game is not great. They're probably working on it, I assume. My only suggestions are have a look at the traffic light mod and the mod that changes the AI of people driving cars. That seemed to help me a little bit. Other than that, you've just got to have really good infrastructure so that your game can handle it. Make sure you're thinking about your lane mathematics a little bit. And yeah, it's also a lot of public transport really helps. So this is really not as noticeable as I thought it was going to be, but it is probably a lot more elevation change than I realize. It's one of those things in this game where these textures don't show elevation changes really well at all, but I think I definitely want to make this wider. Yeah, lane maths is one of those things that you never really think about until you start playing a game like Cities, and then you realize that it's actually important, because if you don't have it, people want to change lanes way too close to intersections. Now I think we're getting somewhere with these height changes, and I think I would like to make this even higher. You're welcome. Always happy to answer questions. Gives me something to talk about. I don't have to think as hard about what to say to you guys. How are we looking? Yeah, this is looking more interesting. It's absolutely looking more interesting. It's going to be quite a quaint little town. Maybe we can have farms over here, some maybe housing or maybe commercial district up the top, some little beachfront houses over here. And I think I would like a road that runs around this, like on the river. So maybe we end up flattening that out a little bit and then adding maybe a cliff face once we add our road in. I think that could be an idea. Could absolutely be an idea. I just want to save and load this, make sure this looks okay. Because hopefully that will reload the textures to where they should be. Let's go what are we up to? V4? Save, load, V4, load, load. Yeah, much better. Actually get some texture in here now. And I think that'll be good. It's not too aggressive of an elevation change, but it'll give the people up here a nice little overview of the city. It's a small hill, but it's a terrain feature. I really like how this turned out. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, or anything you want to say, let me know. I'm always open. This is our city, so if you have stuff that you think I should be doing, always happy to hear it. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to come in with some trees here and just finish this area out so we can see where we're progressing to. I think let's do that. Let's start detailing this area just a little bit. Oh, I wanted to check if we can add roads outside the map. If we grab a highway, one-way, two-lane. Yeah, even with anarchy on, it just creates an external connection point. You can't draw roads outside of the map, which is what it is, I guess. And also, don't forget, while we are just bumming around, if you're on Twitch, what's this button? If you are on Twitch, don't forget that Twitch Prime is free, so go ahead and subscribe if you are enjoying the stream and you haven't used your Twitch Prime yet. Tygon, he's finally here. You missed a lot. You missed a lot. This is where we're at so far. We're just going to come in and detail this area with some nice foliage. I'm going to be basically using the... I don't know which one I want to use. Let's just have a look at both. This is I call these the bulbous trees and these the pointy trees. 7 AM. Oh, you could have... Someone else got up early for the stream. You could have got up early for the stream as well. So that is our bulbous trees. And they look a bit funny because they've all got placeholders on them. So yeah, that is our bulbous trees, and we are using a mod that is integrated into Tree Controller. I don't know if I can get to the menu here. Yeah, we can. And so age is going to be weighted, and the color variation is Yin Yang's color variation. That's why the trees look a little bit different. We're going to disable tree growth. That just means that the detailing stays the way that we built it. And I'm also going to use deciduous trees use the dead model during winter, so that our winter trees actually lose their leaves in autumn. So yeah, these are the bulbous trees, and they look a bit funny because of all these textures. No, I can't turn off that. That's fine. That's what they look like. Bulbous trees. Now, if we go to the spiky trees, I think these are all the ones that aren't deciduous. Yeah, and it is. So this is, what is it? Pine, spruce. Is it just pine and spruce? Looks like it might be. So I think I'll be using these. Got alders, birch, chestnuts. Yeah. I think I want our forests. Maybe we'll have some of our, I don't know. We might use a mix of both. And it is such a really cool mod. It's an awesome mod. It made me so happy when I found it. And you can do so much more with it too. So you can have a mix of baby trees, teenage trees, adult trees, elder trees, and dead trees. You can even use bushes. You can replace trees in assets and just replace trees in general. So this replaced all those trees with bushes. I don't know why the menu disappeared. And if I come back in and I can replace these trees back with normal trees, it's really cool, and it works a lot better when you're not in the building menu. You can do, it integrates with the line mod, and yeah, it's really cool. It is really cool. I enjoy it a lot. Turn off snapping, and we'll get rid of all of these because I no longer want them. We were just experimenting. Oh, wrong button. So yeah, I think I will use a mix of the deciduous and the non-deciduous trees. I would assume that. I'm not sure, actually. If we go trees city random and trees wild random, no, it's not. It's not. It is his created his own, and yeah, he's absolutely created his own mix of trees. So we've got deciduous and non-deciduous, which is really cool. It is a different set of trees from these. Yeah, Shout out to Yan Yang. Awesome mod. So reluctant to use mods, but once I did, the city looks so good, spending way too much time on that corner store detailing. I mean, I can't wait for... I really think it was a huge mistake on Paradox's part to not include mods in the release of the game. Like, that's what Cities is about for so many people. Why they chose to not include them is beyond me. But anyway, let's add some... Oh, what the hell is happening here? If I add these, will they add? No, they add underground. That is going to be an issue. That's not where I wanted my trees to go, please, game. Yeah, that is not it. We're going to have to watch that. Okay, that makes me a little bit sad. I think we'll still be able to add some on the edges. Maybe, although this now looks like it's too high. Maybe it just adds it all on a flat plane if you're outside of the map. Oh, no, because they're climbing the mountain here. Why do they work up here? I mean, they're not great up here. They're floating, but they're better. Underground hidden forest? Yeah, exactly. It's just what I wanted. Yeah. If I make the brush size bigger, does it change anything? No, they're still going to be underground. Oh, well that's annoying. We're going to add some. No, they're all just underground. I mean, it naturally fades them out though, in terms of density. I think we might not use these trees actually, now that I'm looking at it. That's a lot of color variation. What season are we in actually? Weather and climate, is that what it is? Climate time. Feel like summer. Play. And also override the time, please. Come back up to climate time. This is spring. Doesn't look very springy to me. Still a lot of red trees. Oh, there we go. They've updated. Okay, maybe we can use these. I'm not so mad at it now. It's just going to look really interesting in autumn. Let's just try and remove some of these underground trees out here. No, it just took a minute to update. Just took it a minute. That's fine. I'm just gonna smack these in wherever they'll go. There's really dense forest out here, and I'm okay with that. Come in and do some more detailed brushwork later on, but I kind of just want to make the outside of this work for now with the edge of the map where we can get trees in. Yeah, that's where they start to lose them. And I think maybe we can't add that. That's annoying. I wish I could see the terrain lines while I was doing tree stuff, but alas, Yin Yang, if you're listening, I would like to be able to see my terrain lines while I'm painting with brushes with trees. Oops, that was not the button I wanted to press. We don't need a brush strength of 100 here either. Try turning anarchy off. If I turn anarchy off, I don't think I can place... Oh, I can. I can. I didn't think I could place them outside the map area with anarchy off. But they're still underground, unfortunately. It just is what it is, I suppose. The only other thing I could try is saving the height map from the game and then re-importing it, but I have a feeling that won't work. I can export the world map. Okay, let's try it. Bleaters, export, save, and then import world map. Yeah, I did a lot of tests with these. Bleaters export, load. And then maybe that'll update the tree levels. No, they're still underground. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I was having this problem. So when you are in the terrain tools and you grab a height from like somewhere where the trees would be underground, and I say, I want this height here, and you place it somewhere else, like that is clearly not the height that I just selected, right? So I think it's something to do with that. Yes, but I did use Skydark. I used a panorama of like 17 different height maps though from the same area, just so that I could get a larger area, because I felt like I couldn't get a big enough area to do what I wanted to do. But yes, it is a Skydark height map. It's really unfortunate that I can't get trees in there. I'm not sure what you mean, Togon. I'm not sure what you mean by that one. You could expand on that, that'd be great. I'm still not sure what you mean. Does anyone know if the hotkey mod adds hotkeys to change the brush sizes? Because that would be useful. I also don't know if there's a tree limit in this game like there was in Cities 1. It's the resolution the world map is in. Yeah, it must be something to do with that. I think you might be right. I mean, it is what it is. We'll make it work. If you could pretend that there were trees up here, that would be great, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't want to add too many underground trees. I imagine that'll get fixed later on. Oh, I see. No limits. Perfect. I don't want to add too many because, yeah. I mean, I have a good PC, but... you know. The rendering on this game is not ideal sometimes, so... I just want to add enough that it looks good. And obviously I won't be adding like any undergrowth to these. We'll do that more when we get into specific details of our city in the actual gameplay. I think adding these trees is going to give us a real sense of what this map is going to eventually look like once we've finished polishing it the way that we want to. Like, this is looking really nice to me already. These fast trees up on the mountaintops that are preventing that erosion from occurring too much more than it already has. It's just slow and steady. I'm excited to play this map though. I think we're going to have some really good times detailing different areas on this map, and I'm hoping you guys come along for the ride. You're at 100% of it, yeah. We probably won't detail too much down here yet because we do still need to work on the terrain. But we can sort of frame this out just a little bit. And like I said earlier, I don't know if you guys were all here at that point or not, but this is going to be a multi-stream project. Obviously playing the map is going to be a multi-stream project, but building the map itself is also going to take us a couple of streams. I'm hoping 2, maybe 3. If it takes too much longer than that, I'm afraid I will start pulling my hair out. I appreciate that, Brad. I really do. I'm hoping this this city here, Bleaters Bay, is going to be even more detailed and even more impressive than Pandemonium has been so far. Obviously, Pandemonium will hopefully follow suit. And I can't wait for more mods. I feel like maybe there shouldn't be trees here where this little beach is. Oh, especially not in the water. That's not great. Yeah, let's remove some of these. Because this is absolutely going to turn into a beach at some point, I think. Something like that. There we go. Yeah, so just to give you a feel of how this map is going to, well, feel, this is what we're looking at. I'm not sure about these anymore, but we'll just move on for now, and we can always come back and refine later on. And look, I mean, this is our playable area, and we don't have a ton of resolution outside of that. So I'm probably going to only add trees out to that point. I mean, we can't anyway add more because they go underground. But that's going to probably be the extent of our detailing. I'm quite happy with how this height map turned out. I'm a little bit sad that I can't add like more water out here to fill up some of these streams, but I think that is just what it is. So our detailing is mostly going to be focused on this area here, and we've already done, say, a quarter of it. So we're making some good progress. The water is sitting like it's not on the very shore, but that's fine. Once we get some surface painter in here, we can add some sand. That will look fine. I don't think it's growing. I think that's just where it is ending up. I think if they add the mod that plays the entire area, then the resolution, I don't know, because the height maps are only 4096 for, so the height map for this whole area is 4096 by 4096 pixels, and so is this area here, which is why it's quarter resolution detail. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get around that with mods. I don't know enough about modding this game to be able to give you an accurate answer to that question. Not even a little bit. Now let's see where we want to have maybe some more cities. We could absolutely have another little farming village in there here, utilizing this river, and then maybe another one down here. We could bring this ridge out just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Bring this middle ridge out to separate these two little cities. We can have farming village, farming village, farming village. And then we can maybe have our main city over in this general area. Another farming village up the top, I think would look good. I think that's the plan. Let's start working on something like that. Goat farms. Yes, please. Goat is delicious. And goat's milk is delicious. So yeah, let's absolutely add some goat farms. We need someone to make a mod. I actually think this is possible right now. Someone needs to make a mod so that the chicken farms have a different icon that has our goat on it. If anyone knows how to do that, just do it. Just do it. You know you want to. Yeah, let's extend this out. And like I said, I don't know actually if I said this before. This is a map of Salt Lake City. But we're not really using Salt Lake as inspiration for any of the build. It's just, I thought it had cool terrain, which is why we're using it. I think this finger can come to this part of the river bend as well. That sort of makes sense to me. Go for it. I would love to see that. If we can get that happening by the time we're actually starting to play the city, that would be really cool. Our first custom asset. It's not even really an asset, it's just an icon in the menu. And it's so hard to figure out how large these are with these lines here, but I think this is about the height that I want. Maybe a little higher. I'm in here and have a little bay as well. Why not? This could be Bleater's Bay. I mean, this is probably Bleater's Bay, or even over here. Yeah, I am trying to be careful. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I have noticed that the terrain tools do not like going over that edge for whatever reason, but yeah, we're being careful. Don't you worry. I mentioned that, but you were sleeping at the time, so... How does this slip tool work without setting a target though? Does that just raise and lower terrain like normal? Or what? I've never used the slope tool without setting a target, so tell me things. I'll just add some texture as well, because this is looking a little round. I feel like maybe I used a brush that was slightly too big for this job. I'll give it a go in a minute. Once I've done what I feel like I wanted to do here. That is a very aggressive finger. It's very wide. We definitely need to come back in and fix that. And I don't know why I just got potato mode in the map editor, but that is what it is. Okay. Slope terrain tool. How does this work? Small brush. Is it just a level tool? Oh, it's sort of just... Ah, that's interesting. That feels like it would be useful on the map edge. Sort of like a level tool, but it tries to remember where you've been. Interesting. Yeah, these are way too large. I got overzealous. But we can cut them back. It's fine. How do I want to cut them back? Yeah, let's just use this. Use the normal brush to do it. Well, the mesa brush. And that'll add some texture while we're here. Just make sure we're not going too much lower than the land below it. Like there. We definitely went too low, but we can raise that back up again. Ah, tendril brush 3. Ah, that's a good shot. That is a great shot. Thank you. See, this is why you should have been here earlier when we were working on other stuff. You need to start waking up early for these streams. Yeah, we're looking more reasonable. I think we just need to add some more detail to the top. Go small brushes, maybe more tendrils. See what we can do. See? That's why you got to join the Discord and check out the events. That way you can see when the stuff is. Because it should automatically convert it to your time zone. Or just check on the YouTube. I had this scheduled quite a while ago, so you should be able to go in there and check what time the stream will be for you guys. Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? Sometimes it's just the brain that does the things. Let's flip this around the other way. It's better. This is getting a little bit more interesting now. It's a shame you can't preview the brush while you're rotating it, but quality of life things will come with time. There we go. This is looking more like the side of a mountain now. Still doesn't quite match up with the height map, but I think that is just going to have to be something we live with. I think I would like to change this one as well. Just purely based on the amount of texture we can get in each of them. We could maybe try coming in with the shift terrain tool on the actual mountain itself and adding some of that texture in so we can blend it out just a little bit, but we'll give that a go. And if that doesn't work, we'll just accept the fact that the outside non-playable area of our map is going to be a little bit less detailed than the map itself. Now that I'm thinking about it, the shift terrain tool seems to work quite well over the edge of the map as well. I thought I was going to have more trouble with it, but... And yeah, that's better. A little bit. I am really happy with where this is going. I think this is going to look really good. Let's just keep going. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say, really. Apart from let's just do it. If there is any questions, now is probably the time to ask them, because we're going to be doing this for a while. Chill music, chill vibes, making mountains. Well, editing mountains, I should probably say. I did not make them. Very peaceful. Very peaceful. When's the stream? Right now. I don't know what you're talking about. The stream is right now. You are watching it. Oh, New Year's Eve stream? That is on New Year's Eve. I'll make an event on the Discord and set up the stream so that you guys can preview it on YouTube probably tonight once I'm done with this. I think. Yeah, we'll be streaming that from... I'm not sure when we'll start that stream. Maybe 9:30 PM, which is like 3 hours away from now. Obviously not tonight. But yeah. Go till maybe midnight or so in Australian time. Yeah, the next stream will be New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. Obviously, I understand that not all of you guys are going to be able to make it to a New Year's Eve stream. But you will always be able to watch the VOD, because they'll all be on YouTube. And I think on Twitch. I don't know if I've set that up properly yet. But we'll see. If you can't find them on Twitch, they will be absolutely on YouTube. And probably be in slightly higher quality, because Twitch doesn't allow me to stream in the codec that I want to do. Amazing. That sounds like a perfect New Year's Eve to me, because no one really likes New Year's Eve, do they? Does anyone here like New Year's Eve? It's a terrible holiday. And margaritas, I might join you on that one. I also want to try and set up some overlays so that when you guys cheer and stuff, we've got some New Year's Eve situations going on the stream overlay. I don't know what is happening with my terrain up here. It just doesn't want to let me change it very much. It's probably because my brush strength is now at 0.23%. But that is what it is. I just want a nice little mesa up here. Hogmanay? I don't know what that is. It sounds interesting though. You should still be able to join in for the live stream though, because that will not be in New Year's Eve your time. It'll just be New Year's Eve my time. You can wish me a happy New Year's, and then later on that night I'll wish you one, because I imagine we're probably ahead here in Australia. We are absolutely getting somewhere. If you just ignore what's happening out here, this part is looking really interesting to me. Yeah, I really didn't do much for either. Well, I didn't do much for Christmas. I was working from 2:30 Christmas morning, and then we just went and had dinner with the family. For New Year's Eve, I literally just planned a stream, so... Well, that's right, isn't it? I mean, we are ahead of everyone else, so we get New Year's Eve first, I think. Well, one of the first places to get it anyway. Obviously not the very first. I don't know where that would be, but I don't think it's here. We definitely get it ahead of America, though. I didn't even watch any like Christmas carols or anything this year. It was very chill Christmas. It didn't feel like Christmas until it was Christmas Day. Yeah, you might be right on that one. They're definitely ahead of us, aren't they? You're a baddie. Huh. Where is that? I've not heard of it. I feel like maybe I should have, but I am not great at geography. Not quite as bad as most Americans, but I am. Huh. That's pretty cool. That is good to know. I love fun facts like that. I am really happy with this area. Should we add more trees? I absolutely think we should. And I'm kind of not even mad about this little lagoon thing that's happened. I don't know. No, I am a little bit mad at it, let's be honest. We'll just raise it up ever so slightly. I want this to be more flat, to be honest. Little bay area. It's be a nice little flat section. Maybe have a interesting little point of interest in here or something. Is it interesting terrain up there? Or down there, or over there, or wherever it is relative to me? How many maps have you actually finished, Tygon? You seem to start a lot of them. Do they not work out, or you're not happy with them? I haven't heard of a lot of finished maps coming out of your escapades. Yeah, something like that I think is nice. And time for trees. I'm going to go a little bit smaller with the brush this time. Yeah, that's why I wanted to go really simple with water on this map. I think it still looks good, but it's nice and easy and seems to work fairly well. It's not flooding absolutely everywhere. Which is the most important point. What happens if I turn snap up right off? Do they like snap to weird angles? They do. Look at this. I can have sideways trees. Why are the trees sideways? What if I put them on a mountain now? Yeah, they just grow like, yeah. If I go past the map edge now, does that fix my problems that I was having before? No, now they're just sideways underground. You gotta love this game sometimes. It does some interesting things. We have a little bit of a water issue here. We might have to bring that up just a touch. Just a touch. Ooh, this entire area might have to come up just a touch. Oh, actually, no. The river level is getting lower as we come down here. Oh, I did not know that they could do that. Interesting. Is that why this is so much lower than the rest? If you know how to fix this, that would be good. If not, I'm okay with it. But we need to raise this up just a touch here so that this doesn't flood this entire flat land area. I'm fine with that though. We'd be able to just soften that out. You want to say hi to the Twitch stream? Speak. 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 You gotta speak louder than that. Speak. Speak. There you go. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, that was my dog. Hopefully my noise cancelling didn't cancel out his barks. But he is, yeah, giving me some kisses. Where did I just see things happen? Mrs. Chubby Panda coming in on Twitch with the 200 bits. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of the stream. It's really, really cool to see. This community is so awesome, guys. I love it so much. Yeah, see, I knew that, but... Oh, maybe this did drop. But they're different, right? Like, this is less of a height difference than the other side, so I don't want to touch it and make this all the way up, and then this would come up, and it would be a whole mess. I think I'll just leave it from now. Sheebles? Shibbles? Is that from active cell cutting in dev mode UI? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Pre-order buildings? If you can tell me what they are, I can just show you them now. I don't actually know what they are. I got the pre-order buildings, but I don't think they're that exciting. So if you let me know what they're called, I will find them in the asset picker and show you them. How do we go? That stopped the flooding? Yes. Yes, it did. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, trees. That's what I was doing. I basically just want to paint the entire map with trees, to be honest. We can always come back in later and remove them when we need to do some building or detailing or whatever that situation may be. For now, I want to have this feel like an untouched landscape that we are coming in and basically settling. Some smaller towns first and moving into bigger and bigger cities. Are these all underground? No, they're fine. Yeah, I'm just happy enough with this water at this point. I mean, this is the water edge. I'll just always show the map from here, and you can barely even tell. And this one, I might, at the end, once the water has been running for a long, long time, come back in and make sure these levels are pretty much the same, but, you know, from looking at here, you can't really tell. I think I'm happy enough with it that I'm not going to play too much because I know it can be a real pain in the ass to get right. Notre Dame Cathedral and the National Museum. Sure. Notre Dame looks like this. I don't want to place it because I feel like it might break stuff, but there is Notre Dame. It's actually a pretty cool building. I'm quite impressed with that. And what was the other one? National Museum. National Gallery of Arts? Maybe? There is that one. Ignore the tree textures, they will place in with real trees once you actually place the building. But there you go. Those are those two buildings. Surprised you couldn't find videos on them, actually. I think it's one of those things that not that many people are going to be searching for just because they either bought the pre-release or they didn't, so there's not really much you can do about it now. I imagine people will, once modding becomes a thing and you can download assets, it's not really going to matter if you got the pre-order or not. No worries. Thanks for the questions. Gives me something to talk about, and I do not mind that at all. Oh no, what's happened here? What has happened here? That's not good. Did really changing this affect this that much? This is going to be a constant battle as we go along this, isn't it? I have a feeling it might be. I am going to leave you for a second on this flood while I go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back real quick. I don't actually know if I can run ads on Twitch. I can. I'm going to run a 60-second ad on Twitch, and I am going to go to the bathroom, but I will be back real soon. We are back, and we have a subscriber while I was going. That's terrible timing. But Shebbles, I'm going to say that's how you pronounce it. I'm probably wrong. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. That is absolutely awesome. Oh, that's on YouTube. I see. Yeah. I thought that was a Twitch one, but that's okay. We also appreciate the subscribers over on YouTube. If you do want to switch platforms, you can go to !YouTube or !Twitch, and you will see where they are. 1 second, guys. Brad, thanks for coming. I appreciate you tuning in. Again, once again, if you guys haven't already, Brad also makes YouTube videos here on YouTube on Cities Skylines. So go ahead and show him some love if you haven't already. So yeah, we're going to need to raise this terrain up. Oh, it's the whole thing. That's fine. We can make this work. We don't need to raise it much. We can raise it to maybe here. And that'll be fine. I definitely unmuted, didn't I? Yes. Alright, let's try this. And hopefully we'll turn the brush strength quite a... Wow! That is the wrong tool. That is the wrong tool. Let's try that again. We'll go from here. And let's just remove that. Pretend it never happened. There we go. Such a lovely community, all saying goodbye to each other. You guys are really the best. I know I've said that a lot, but it's true. It really is true. This was a bigger endeavor than I thought it was going to be, but that's fine. Am I lowering this? Yes. Yes, I am. Where do we start? Going up again. It's a little bit harder now that we've got trees in the way. Alright, this is looking better, and hopefully this flood recedes. Fix that terrain. It's out a little bit. And that's fixed that area for now, but we'll probably have more issues in the future. I'm sure we will. This is why I wanted to get the terrain right from the get-go. Just so we didn't have too many of these issues. And we can just blend this all back out. I did some weird stuff over here, so we'll just smooth that out a little bit too. There we go. Much better. We've got a little beachfront again. Hopefully that water stays where it is. Whoa, that's stronger than I thought it was. Having a little beverage to enjoy with you guys while we're streaming. Don't mind me. Alright, and back to the tree action while we wait for our water to inevitably flood somewhere else. So yeah, I would like to get, I don't know, maybe half the map done today. the next stream will come in, do the other half. Then we can start adding some stuff like roads and highways and things. I want to go quite simple on the highway infrastructure on this one. Take a page out of City Planner Plays book and upgrade the infrastructure when we actually need it. Adapt as we build our map rather than plan for the very distant future of Metropolis right from the get-go. I think that's going to be a more natural way of approaching this city. Everyone loves painting trees, don't they? It's a great time. Just makes the map feel like it's finally coming alive. That's why I don't want to do it all at once, because that way I can... Oh, oh, oh. We've got more water problems. This is going to be an ongoing thing, isn't it? How are we looking up here? This is all fine. We've got some trees in the water, but that's fine. We can easily fix that. And a little bit more spillage. A little bit more spillage. Oh my goodness. It is what it is. Alright, we come back in. We fix it. This one should be fairly easy to fix. You just come up a little ways. About here. And hopefully this will be enough. Possible to change texture, including pavement, concrete, road, etc. texture. I think it's possible, but it's not out yet. I was asking the creator of the map texture changer mod whether or not they could change the surface painter textures. I think it should be possible, but it's not been something that's implemented yet. I'm really hoping that they do soon, because that would be really cool. I would love to have more realistic looking roads in the city, as well as change some of the other textures for like farming areas and such stuff like that, so that we can make it a little bit more custom and a little bit more our own. Alright, that one's fixed. And we also had this issue down here. I'm not quite sure how this hasn't become an issue yet. It's a little coves. Oh, we've got some down here as well, but that one makes sense. Oh my goodness. We can probably grab from, say, here. We're really playing with fire by making these so close to where they need to be. I can see why the vanilla maps all have water that's so far below the terrain, but that is not what we want in our city, because it does not look good in my opinion. I don't mind this still being like a little bit of a beachfront area, because we're not going to get much in this area anyway. I don't mind doing something like that. Where does this join? Right about there. Now we'll just come around the edge, make sure this all lines up fairly smoothly. And probably just soften that out a little bit. Come in here. And leave a little bit of the variation, and we can always come back in and add more of that later on too. The game obviously wants floodplains. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I can understand why. Mapping is taking you a long time. I feel like I'm not doing too bad with these water lines though. They're just a few meters below where we want them to be. Once we smooth that out, it'll feel like a pretty natural water line, I think. And grab the surface smoothing tool and come back in. Smooth this out. Then match. Probably smooth this out just a little bit too. And there we go. That is better, and that is pretty smooth. I would not be as sad about having a beach at that sort of a grade. Everywhere else is looking okay. This is a later problem, but we might actually want to fix it now, just in case it has detrimental effects further upstream. Fairly easy one to fix though. We'll just level this all out to one level. Yeah, trying to keep original terrain is definitely a challenge. That's why I sort of decided to base this on the terrain of Salt Lake City, but then completely just ignore how Salt Lake City looks and do my own thing with it. Because I am not going to be trying to create a one-to-one replication of a city while I'm streaming. That would take far too long. I'll leave that to the other map makers in this game, because I do not think of myself as a map maker. I just did not really like any of the maps that were in the workshop. Well, I say workshop, on the Thunderstore, I should say. And that is what it is, to each their own. I'm waiting for, like, you know, Bringer of Fire and stuff like that to bring out their maps. We can create a new city on one of them. I'm really excited for them to start doing some stuff in this game. It's some really amazing CS1 maps. I think he might have retired though. Or maybe he just retired until Cities Skylines 2 came out. You'd probably find that he's in the beta testing for the asset, whatever it's called, Paradox mods. And therefore we won't hear from him until that is released. I think it's really going to enhance the gameplay of Cities 2. Sanctum Gamer, I haven't heard of them, to be honest. I feel like a lot of the bigger people who are working on like maps and mods and stuff like that are in the beta testing of the asset picker, and they have signed NDAs and can't talk about it, which is a little bit unfortunate. It is what it is. I can understand why they didn't release this with launch, but I think it's a little bit of a terrible decision. I think they would have been better off pushing the launch back again, and launching with mods, because, like I said before, it's a really integral part of Cities gameplay for most PC gamers anyway. Feel bad for those people on console who can't use mods. At least they'll get assets this time. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Well, if he's worked with them before, I dare say that he's in the beta program though, then. I absolutely will be, Tommy. I absolutely will be, once I can figure it out. Like I said before, I don't know if you were here before, but this is going to probably be 3 streams worth of building. Just building this map. And at that point, we can release it to the public and you guys can play along at home, if you would like to. What do you guys think so far? Are you happy with how this is turning out? There's stuff you would do differently? Let me know. Yeah, I agree. Just everyone would have been so much more happy if they could release the game with mods. This baffles my mind why they, like, even if they released it and said the mods is dodgy, it's in alpha or beta or whatever, but we're giving you access because we know the Cities Skylines 2 community. Because now there's all these people that have made mods for the game through the Thunderstore, and they'll probably have to rebuild them, or they've already been built by other people. I just don't understand their thought process. Our water looks like it's behaving though. Probably shouldn't have said that, but... Oh. Yeah. I really hope that the water is stabilized by that point. It looks like we're getting close. This is our final little one. Hopefully this doesn't affect up here and then that affects down here. Hopefully it just all works and we'll be fine. Alright. We're looking pretty good. I'm happy with this progress so far. Let's give it a quick save just in case. You never know when this game's going to crash. Have a little drink. And let's fix this and then start detailing some of the landscape around this area. I'm excited for these little farming villages in these little towns. This one's actually quite large, but I think we can do some really cool stuff with it. Where do we want to grab from? This probably doesn't need to be a valley, although... Nah, never mind. This doesn't need to be a valley. Go ahead and do that. We'll just level this all out. We'll come back in here and detail this later on. Some more texture and height variance, but just for now, for the sake of making water work, keep this nice and level. And smooth it out. Perfect. Good morning, Emma without organs, and Fox, Fox, Fox. Where is Fox? I do not see a fox in my chat. Ah, insatiable fox. I did not see you there. Tad late, but checking in for a subtle goatee male shapes with the train. We'll get there. We'll get there. But welcome, Fox. There you are. You were just up a little bit. All my chat blended together. Should probably open it back up on my computer, on my overlay, so that I can see it more clearly. But we were using stuff. Alright, let's get it. Oh, just of course, as soon as I open it up, I realize I have to go back into the terrain tools. That won't work. Excuse me, water. Roughen the terrain? Yes. Yes, I have. If you go down here, you've got a whole bunch of brushes. Choose one of them and go nuts. Most of them are pretty wild. Like you just grab this. You can roughen it that way. Roughen it that way. But if you turn the brush strength down like I meant to, you can just do it really subtly. Create some nice variation in the terrain. And we did not want to do that. So we will level this back out. And then fix that stupid water again. New Atlantis map on which Discord? The modding one? Where do we want to go from to get this to work? Is this too high? No, that should be fine. We shouldn't have problems here at least. Still less than 10 meters, so... I'll have a look. after the stream. I haven't been really checking the maps as much as I normally would. I feel like people haven't really gotten the hang of the mapping tools just yet, to a point where I'm like, yeah, I really want to play someone else's map. I think I'd rather create my own so far. I'm sure that will change as the mappers come out of the woodworks. But for now, I am quite happy just making my own. Oh, is that they were in chat just before? That's pretty cool. I didn't know they were also a mapper. Really should probably pay more attention to names in Discord, but sometimes you just forget. Alright. Please tell me that is all of our water problems. Please? That would make me really happy if it was. What do we want to do up here? I'm thinking this can come down and be a reason that this comes out. In terms of these, I'm pretty happy with where they are. I might just make the terrain a little bit rougher because it's pretty abrupt steepness up to those mountains. I'm actually thinking I might need to get rid of some of these trees as well. I think I got a little bit ahead of myself, so we'll just remove some of these so that we don't have to worry too much about changing the terrain while we come through here and making the trees sit on cliff faces. Chicago map does sound fun. I don't mind that this isn't all perfectly level. We can definitely have some more residential stuff up in the hills, like it's not super aggressively sloped. We'll just see what we can do with, shall we? You guys are probably sick of me talking at this point and just want to see me build. So that is exactly what we'll do. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the whole maxed out resources everywhere thing. I don't think I'm going to do that on this map, but I'm quite happy to go into the develop tools and change where resources are to fit my playstyle anyway, so if they're just everywhere, it doesn't really bother me. Yeah, it really does. The playable area looks really, really small. I am excited for the time when we can play this entire area though. That will be really exciting. Do we have water over here? We do. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know things. Where was I? Here. I think it will be. I think it will be. I think they're working on a, like, similar to the 81 tiles mod, where you can play the entire area in Cities 1. I think that's a thing that modders are working on, and I think they will get it to work. I think you're probably going to need a decent PC to run it, and you might have lower quality terrain outside of the normal playable area, but I'm hopeful that they will get to a point where you can play that part of the map. Oh, really? I mean, that's still fine. If they can expand it so that it's like out to here, I'm okay with that. That's still like 4 times the amount of space. We probably don't need 8 times the amount of space. How many times is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's a lot more space. I haven't really looked into it, so you're probably right. I think it's definitely coming eventually, though, where we can just play the entire thing. As far as I can tell, the only thing that doesn't work out there is roads. Once they figure that out, bingo bango, done. Because you can already play stuff out there with Anarchy on. I'm not too unhappy about that. Do I want to do the same thing here where we just drop this straight down? I think I might just ignore that one. I think this should definitely come up just a touch more. And we can bring this to where this wants to be. Yeah. I like it. And we haven't created any more water dramas. This one's fine. Because this isn't flowing. It's literally just this, and as far as I can tell, we have more water. Of course we do. It's only a small one, though. It's only a small one. This is going to be the bane of my existence. Why the brush is quite that small. I'm going to have to raise this entire thing up too, aren't I? Have I already done this here once? Yes, I have. I absolutely have. Fun. Maybe we can just get away with going to like here. We'll see how it goes. But it now absolutely makes sense to me why the vanilla maps are all so sloped with their terrain. They just didn't have the time to perfect them. Yeah, playing on the entire map would be really cool. Are you going to buy the game at some point, or are you a console player, or what's the situation? What size and height are your water sources? They are pretty small. But I'm getting good running water. I'll show you them in a second. You can tell me what exactly I've done wrong. I think I'm just going to leave it, even if you tell me I'm completely wrong. Because it's working. I have water flow. And that's the main thing that I care about. But in terms of our water sources, we have our, what's it called? Border sea water source here. It is at 200-ish. Could probably come up a little bit, but I'm just going to ignore this little gap. And then we have a border river source over here, which is doing the things. and it wasn't making any water flow, so that one's at 250. Was this always like this? Yes. No. Wait. Now that I've seen that, was this meant to be land in here? I feel like it was, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. That was absolutely meant to be land here. And I didn't even realize. That's fine. Yeah, so we have the water source there, and then we have constant rates. We have this one here, which is the 150-20 rate. This one here, which is 60 and 10. And this one here, which is 30 and 5. Just so that we get some water flowing. So yeah, hopefully that answers the question. And if you see something that I'm doing completely wrong, just let me know. Play on PC, but I'm not sure if I buy it or not. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you can always wait for it to come on sale. I found that I did, but I'm honestly scared to move things now. I wasn't getting good flow at all. It was barely moving whatsoever. That's why it's got the constant rate ones. I'm just going to leave it. It seems to be working, and we're getting very close to not having leaks. Leaks everywhere, so I will be leaving that one for now. Yeah. Alright, let's add more trees to this area. I think this is detailed enough. I really like these fingers running out from these little mountains. Maybe this one needs to be a little bit wider, but once we add some trees, you really won't be able to tell anyway. It'll be interesting to see how the textures change here too. They probably will all change, and I'll want to redo my trees, but that's fine. We'll make it work. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen to me. I'm running the water simulation at like 32 or 64 times speed, so I think it's still running at that speed anyway. Oh no, it's not. Let's just speed this up and then we'll see how it goes. Should be fine. My PC can handle that, right? Yeah, just. Slowed down a little, but not too bad. Maybe we need to go 16 times instead. It's just a little bit too laggy for my liking. That's better. Yeah. And I actually exited the map editor and came back in, so it makes sense that it wasn't. Do you mean it changes here? No, yeah, it was still at 16 here. That's fine. Once the stream's over, I might just let it run for an hour or so. Make sure we don't have any issues. Can we get trees in here? Yes, we can, I think. Oh, no. They're all underground. I don't understand. Oh, we can get rid of this shadow somehow if we get the terrain just right, though. There it is. Oh, there, not. There it is. There it is. Where is it? Show it to me. No, it doesn't matter. I can see well enough. Yeah, I've saved a few times. Should probably save again, though. I think I'm up to my 6th save at this point. I learnt that the first time. It's a real shame that there's no autosave in the map editor. So, for those of you wondering, my main goal here is to get these trees to sort of sit at the base of these hills where I think water would run more often. Obviously we'll still put some on top, but focus the denser parts of these forests towards the base of the hills. Or the fingers, rather. Just to give some more dimension to the map, make it feel a little bit more realistic with how these trees are sitting. Adam Thomas, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. I wish I could increase the brush strength to past 100%. As I water. Ah, dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's not good. That's great to hear, Adam. Welcome in, welcome in. We're just fighting with water. Alright, so that means we're going to have to do some stuff. Let's try Tygon's suggestion and remove the constant water rate sources. Move the border seawater source to the edge of the map. Oh, does that suck water out? Is that what doing that does? And if I change the height on this so that it matches perfectly. And then we just wait and see what that does. Oh, crosshair on the boundary? Is this not good enough? Does I just need to make this smaller? And move it over to like there. Will that work? Let's give that a go. See if that works. Already we're... Oh, here we go. We've got a nice little beach. It's drying up. It's drying up. I'm just worrying now that my edges have fallen a lot. Although I am glad we've get some of this land back. Looks like we've still got decent water flow, but I don't know if that's just because we deleted some stuff or if you're actually a genius. Let's hope it's the latter. Yeah, that's true, but as soon as you adjust it, like, it automatically updates sometimes too, so stay tuned for Friday when my next Let's Play episode comes out with Pandemonium to see how to make a beach. because I made one and I'm really happy with it. Alright, let's fix some of these issues. This can just go away. Level this out and let's smooth it. Yeah, I am a bit of a tease, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Why is this not doing stuff? My brush strength is at 100%. It's really not doing much at all. Yeah, they are a little bit gross. Not really much we can do about it though. How do we want to do this? We could just have tiers up here as well, or we could lower this entire thing back down to this area. Have a little upper area as well. I think I like that better than having 3. It seems to fix most of our problems though. Thank you so much for telling me how to do that. Okay, that's fine. And just come along with the softened terrain to get rid of these grossness. Just forces the textures to update, in case you're wondering. This is so much higher than it needs to be now. Oh my goodness. See, Tygon, you should have been here from the very start and you would have been able to solve all of my problems from the get-go. There we go. I guess this isn't too bad. It's fairly steep, but it's not completely ridiculous. You can smooth it out a fair bit. That's much more reasonable. Giving New Zealand with those high cliffs to rivers, yeah. This wasn't the plan. The rivers were up here a second ago. Well, you solved mine. This seems to be working fine. I'm just not sure that we're getting any water flow anymore. Let me just do a quick save and we'll go back into the actual game and see what it is looking like. How do you adjust the wind speed? I haven't checked that. I haven't checked what sort of wind speed we're getting on our map. Why did that change all of them? That's annoying. I think it's this one. This one? Yeah, it's this one. Oh, is it? I'm not sure anymore. I think it is. Oh, maybe it's not. No, because we had trees over here. This is not the right one. We already did that. We're going to build an extremely small airport on the tiny little island. It's already marked out. Maybe it's this one? Oh, we can check because it's going to be the one with the most trees. think it's this one. Yep, that's the one. Wait, why did that tell me I had a ton of forestry when I have 0 on this version of the map? Sorry? So we have 212 tons of forest on this version, and yet you don't like my camera starting position? It's great. Okay, that's not the one. Give us a minute, guys. We'll find it eventually. Nope. Nope. Can't believe it renamed all of them. That is incredibly frustrating. Nope. Maybe this one. Nope. Nope. I definitely saved it, right? Yeah, I think I do too. Let's try this one. Is this it? Hey, I think we found it. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, how's our water? Is it flowing? See, this is what I mean. Like, this is not good water flow. Oh, it picks up though. It picks up in the narrow part. Oh, maybe we can live with this. I think I can live with that. It's not a fast flowing river, but it's flowing. It's definitely flowing. I think that might just have to do. I mean, for our starting city, we can have our intake up here and our output down there. I think that'll work. In terms of our wind speed, how are we doing? Oh, we actually have somewhat decent wind speed. On top of these hills, we can get some fully efficient wind turbines, which is always nice to see. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to start over here. Currently, the entire map is our starting tiles, just so I can see the map border clearer. And outside connection for water to the starting area. That is a great point. I might just do that. But I want it to be playable for everyone who wants to play in all sorts of different ways, so. That sounds delicious. But yeah, I think I will add an outside connection, but for anyone who doesn't want to use that, I would like to have some water flow in the river. Is basically my main point. We've probably got about an hour of stream left to go. And at that point, we will call it a night. Because my voice is starting to get a little bit tired. I am glad we got the water problem solved though. That is a good thing. We just need to come along and fix this edge. Make it look a little bit more natural. And not quite so steep. This one's not too bad. We're just worrying about this side for right now because the other side we can definitely deal with later as we are terraforming. Ah! Make sure you've got the right tool for the job because that was not the right tool, although it kind of worked. Yes, we will be playing, once we finish this map, we will be starting a Let's Play series on it. Basically fully on stream, no recorded episodes, just a streamed version of this. So I can come along, hang out with you guys, build a map, take your suggestions live, just overall have a good time. Yeah. I mean, that was pretty forgiving. It didn't punish me too hard for doing that insanely stupid thing. They really need to add a undo button though, for when people do stupid things like that. Would be really nice to have. I have a feeling that these water sources are going to be much more predictable now. So I might even have to come in and lower some of this back down, because that is way too steep for a riverbank. Unless we just pretend that the river's at a low height at this point. But I don't really want to do that. I'd like this to look good. So it is time to come in and lower this. And hopefully we don't get flooding. We might need to raise it up just a little bit as we come in closer to the sources. Otherwise we will have problems. But in doing this, we sort of add some more variety to our terrain, so I'm not too sad about it. I don't know. I didn't set that. We are going to be using the European theme, I think. In terms of the climate, we're using the Coral Ridges climate, which I think is the one with no water. I mean, with no rain. It's because rain while you're streaming and stuff is annoying. And it doesn't snow, which is good because I don't like the way that it looks when it snows. I absolutely can. This is my map. It is... The height map was generated on Skydark around the Salt Lake City area. I had to basically create a panorama because this area is probably about maybe 160 kilometers square of the entire map, not just the playable area. And then stitch them together so that I could get a much larger area. I think that gives us decently sized mountains. And basically all we've done so far is started detailing this coastline. Added in some more fingers off these mountains that try and look natural. Added in trees. Added in some dividing features. And some more fingers. Basically, the plan for the Let's Play series is to start off in this area with a small smart farming village, expand into this area with another, and this area with another, leaving this giant area over here for some kind of larger city. Probably focusing down on this point here. And then we can add in another farming village or two up in this area and this area. And again, maybe bring our city over across the mountain. Hopefully that answers your question. That's about it. We haven't made a ton of we have made a ton of progress today. Building on all these trees. The reason these trees don't go all the way into the mountain edge is because they end up underground. So we're just going to have to pretend that they don't. That is my my little rundown of our map so far. How are we looking? This looks much more natural now. I don't mind it coming up here a little bit because it sort of connects in with this mountain, but we might make this bay a little bit lower. Lords of Midnight. Permasnow, yeah. I don't like the way the snow looks on this. Excuse me? I don't think anyone invited you water. There's no water sources here, right? Like, what are you doing? We have 2 water sources. None of them are remotely close to you. Why are you water? Oh my goodness me. It'll go away, right? Like, what do you mean? It's got to just randomly go away at some point. If I just extend this terrain so it's smooth and brings up the terrain just ever so slightly, maybe we can get rid of it? It makes no sense to me that there's water there. But yeah, it looks like we can just erase that with the smoothing brush. There we go. Oh, it's so close. Yeah, it's gone. There was never a leak there. Is it all gone? Oh, look at this. Look at this. So close. You know what? There's just going to be puddles here forever. If people find them, they find them. You can't even see them most of the time unless you're in the exact right angle. If we just shift this train up and bring it back down, will it go away? You gone? Yes. Problem solved. Put a water source there? Why? Does that reset it or something? So stupid. I don't understand. Alright, how's our height here? That's still too high. Oh, groundwater source. Gotcha, gotcha. We absolutely should. Let's fix this one up as well. Yeah, to exploit the leak. Exactly. Exactly right. I was curious too, are you guys getting any ads on the stream on YouTube? I think I turned them off, but let me know if you've been getting them, because you shouldn't be. High enough here still? Just, that should be fine. Oh yeah, if you've got premium, you shouldn't get them anyway. I used to run an ad blocker on my PC, but I got a tablet recently for work and been watching YouTube at work, so I had to finally take the plunge and upgrade to premium for YouTube as well. I'm finally no longer using an ad blocker on YouTube. Only took me a good, like, what, how long's YouTube been around for? 20 years? Okay, we might get less of this map done today than I thought I would, but we did sort out the water, which was going to be the bane of our existence if we didn't get that done, so I'd call that a win. I'd absolutely call that a win, and I think next stream's progress for New Year's Eve is going to be a lot quicker. I really wish that smooths out more. We can just increase the size of our brush to make that smooth a little bit more. A little bit more of that smoothing effect in, so these transitions aren't quite so hard. There we go, that's better. So yeah, we've got about this much of the map done. We'll just finish this little area up with trees, maybe add some trees to this island. And see how much more we can get done in the next 50 minutes or so. Yeah, I cannot watch YouTube with ads. And I mean, I even looked for an ad blocker with on my tablet, but I couldn't find one that I liked. So I just took the plunge and bought it. It's really not that much. I think it's worth it. Yeah, trees are stupid up here. That's amazing. I love this game. Alright, we're gonna have to pretend there's trees up here as well, because I cannot live with floating trees. It would be interesting to see a tree count on this map too, see how many we've used. That's pretty wild. It's super flat, is it? I think that's fair. To each their own. The currently playing music is from Pretzel Rocks. This specific song is called Oceans of Ice by Abstraction. It's just the chill station. I feel like it fits the vibe of the channel a little bit. Goat Island, here it is. Maybe an airport, maybe a mail delivery service. Who knows? Only time will tell. But it needs trees for now. Does it look like a goat in any meaningful way? Not really. airmail service? Oh, maybe. Maybe the goats have taken to the skies. I think this is coming along really well. Sky goats, yes. You like that I use the calm music? Yeah, I like it too. It's just chill. It feels like I'm just hanging out with you guys. It's just good. It looks like an island that goats live on. They absolutely would. They'd love all these cliffs. The mail service at this point doesn't exist. Let's be honest. We don't have any connections to the outside world here. The goats maybe just deliver mail amongst themselves, pass it around. Alright. Where to next? I think we should add some more trees in this area, to be honest. Now that we have this land available that was previously underwater. Probably add just a few, like a little spattering here and there. I don't think this would be forest, so to say, but it would definitely still have trees here and there. Boat and car connections. I did talk about that a little bit before, but we can go over it again. Absolutely. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to be using boat connections just because this is sort of just a lake in real life, but obviously we have the ability to add a harbour in here. I'll probably leave that up to the player. I might just add a simple one coming in here, doing a loop around or something. But I don't think I'll add one that goes through the middle here. If you want to add that in yourself, you can absolutely add in connections to the outside world later on in your own games. As in terms of highway access, I'm thinking we would have a highway definitely running through down here and coming down and maybe out this way. So we'll add a highway running through here to match that up. And then I also think we might have that highway connect around the front of this mountain, or maybe go through the middle of it somewhere here and run out this way. And then we'll probably just have some kind of a local road running off of the highway to our starting area. And that's probably about it. We'll obviously have some air connections in as well, but that is about it. We'll also want to maybe add some trains. I'm thinking that they will follow the highway that comes along this way and probably not follow the highway out this way. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think on that. That's a good idea. You think I should change it? Let me know. I'm going to go for a national road on this one, especially because I want to start with small farming villages. I don't think there would be a dual carriageway in an area like this. So I'll be going for the national road and then upgrading where I need to. Yeah, I do prefer the national road look. I mean, the interchanges you can do with the dual carriageways are definitely cool, but I think I'm going to go for the national road instead. Let's start in this area. quite like how this area has some potential. Again, it's a shame that we can't use this. This seems like a great spot for a little farming or like mining village or something like that. But it is what it is. How high are you? Yeah, not too bad. We can probably lower it back down a little. Dual carriageway is, yeah, so where there's two highways running parallel to each other, one going in each direction. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, that's how a lot of people like to play cities, though, with big highways. And that's fine. Play any way you want to. It's the beauty of a game like this. There's no right and wrong way to play. I might actually add a little cliff face in here. A little beach, and then bring this out just a little bit more to here. And have maybe a cliff. Soften it up just a little bit, make it feel a little bit more natural, and then we'll come in with some detailing on this cliff face. Yeah, the historical start mod is absolutely going in this series, so we can start with some industry. The full mod list is in the description of the YouTube video. If you're on Twitch, hit !YouTube to find that. That is an interesting little feature here. I don't know how it'll turn out, but it's worth a go, right? Always got to experiment. This is basically what I did on the edge of Pandemonium. And we just come in with the soften brush, a little bit lower strength. Just to add a little bit of a rocky detail down here, and then we can extend this up the mountain. Just want to come in with a really small brush and soften out some of these edges just a little bit more. Something like that makes me pretty happy. And we'll work on the side of this. Grab our tendril. It was a good shout for that tendril brush. It looks really good with stuff like this. A little bit smaller this time. And just adding texture. Just tapping the clicking. You can see it just adds a whole bunch of detail. I think it really finishes off the sides of the mountain. Just making sure to rotate it. in the direction that I want the fingers to be going. This is going to need a rocky outcrop before. What do you mean? Do you not like it? I like it. Looking more like a mountain now. I would love to add some rocks to this. Unfortunately, until we can place rocks in a way that is where they overlap, they just look trash. Unfortunately, because you can't put them anywhere near each other, and I don't know. It's just a little bit unrealistic in my opinion to have rocks that are nowhere near each other. I'd love to have like a cliff face that I can detail, but alas, that is not possible yet. I think it's Yan Yang working on the Anarchy mod is saying that he's had some progress with that, but it's not released just yet. Grey Flame? What's Grey Flame? South Coast beaches just seem different. I've never been to one. I really need to at some point in my life. Well, apart from Melbourne, but they don't really count. They're not really beaches. Oh. Awesome. Yeah, I want some really cool rocks in this game. I think it definitely has the potential for it. It's just so wild, the difference in texture resolution from the playable area to the non-playable area. Like, this looks awesome, this just looks a little bit flat. But that's fine. We do what we can with the tools that we're given. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am doing my best. I think someone's working on it. I think someone is working on it. It's just because the inside area has 4 times the resolution of the other area. That's the only reason, so you're not getting as dramatic changes in elevation. Like, the textures are the same, but the actual terrain height differences, you're not getting all of the little gradations that you get in the playable area, and that's why they look different. No, it's not just the textures. Unfortunately. We could extend this little farming village over here, actually. Have a little wraparound business. But I'm pretty happy with how this mountain turned out. I think I want to extend this flat area all the way through here. And then we'll detail over the top of it. It was originally not the plan, but it's what we're going to do now. I think this is... oh no, that's lower. That's fine. I appreciate that, Tiger. I really do. We've got probably... yeah, I still think we can get this done in 3 streams. I think. We'll do our best. If not, we should at least be starting our first little village by the 4th stream. I'd hope. Maybe this was an old river lake situation in here? I am confident I can get it done in 3. I mean, if we have to do a longer stream, I mean, the New Year's Eve stream is going to be reasonably long. 9:30 to 12:30 is what, 4 hours? I don't know, maths is hard. And you guys have actually been helpful. So I gone with some map knowledge regarding the water physics. Just suggesting little details we should add. It's been really good. That is far too large. Raising unset slope tools, scuffing between off map and on. Okay, I'll give it a go. I mean, like, it's fine enough. Oh, okay, that's probably not so fine. But it's not too bad. I am being careful. If we go, what, like this? Is that what you mean? I mean, it leveled it out, added some detail that I don't necessarily know that I wanted, but... probably fine. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see how that could be useful. I don't know, I guess my brain just doesn't know how that works, so it makes me nervous. Yeah, it's weird, for sure. But we're being careful. Taking it slow and just saying good enough is good enough sometimes. Yeah, I like to understand how my tools work. That's a pretty nice looking mountain, if you ask me. Maybe it needs to be smoothed a little. Maybe a lot. Even if this is not completely flat, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I believe it does. Yeah, just the same as in-game. Yeah, I really like to keep my roads really smooth. It does make you wonder, doesn't it? That is an excellent point. Like, if they could see those angles, why does it not work? Speaking of people who are smarter than me, if someone could make a mod where this isn't a thing that I have to deal with, where I want to see what the grade of this road is. Like, is it not possible to make it so that these don't overlap? I just want to know. I don't care about that angle in the middle. I want to know what the grade of the road is. It's just one of my pet peeves with the game. In case you were wondering. I just don't understand why they didn't hire a competent mapper to build the maps for this game. Like, there are so many people in the community who would have loved to be able to do that. I don't know who made them, but it feels like it was just a random Paradox employee. I mean, yeah, but like, turn your camera this way and you can see stuff. And then the new maps are no better. They're gross too. So, I don't know. Maybe we want to have a little mesa on top of this. Maybe around here. Leave some detail on the edges, but smooth it out just a little bit. And just soften some of those edges. The new maps aren't good at all, but yeah, that completely flat map was, yeah. It's like they don't play their own game. I have no input from anyone who plays the game whatsoever. I don't know how I feel about that, but that is what it is. I think I might leave it there for today, because my voice is getting tired. And we've been streaming for almost 4 hours now, but I'm pretty happy with how we've gone along here. But before we go, of course, if you are enjoying the channel, hit the like button on the stream, hit the subscribe button. It could be better, yeah, for sure. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, make sure to go ahead and follow the stream. And of course, if you feel like using your Twitch Prime on me this month, that would be greatly appreciated. But until New Year's Eve, I think we're done for the day. Thank you, Adam. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I had a great time. Let me just save the map before I completely forget. This is V7, which we'll never be able to find in our save games. I mean, I'll do that once I publish it, because it changes all the things. I've got a different save. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's fine. I know which one it is. See, look, when I click load map, I got a V7. It's fine. As usual, Fox, you're a legend. Thank you for going back and checking out the VOD. The VOD is, of course, available on YouTube. I have no idea if it's available or not on Twitch, but if it is, enjoy it there. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the super chat. And thank you for upgrading your membership. You are an absolute legend. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. But yeah, until next time, guys, happy building. Oh, hold on. Adam, thank you so much for the super chat of $5. Get myself a coffee or something. I absolutely will. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And with that, on that note, happy building.